Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Saturday. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week and that your weekend has started well as well. I'm going to get you guys up on screen immediately because we've had a lot of you guys in the live chat room before we even started the live stream. So hello everybody in there. Let's have a little look down the list and see who's in the house tonight. We got Deborah and Valerie and Karen and Corey and Lynn and Patrick and Neil and Leanne and Christy and Danny and Karen again, Laurie, Linda Z's in the house, Mario's in the house as well, Ken and Vince and Billy, RJ, Bonnie, Mary and Tim and Danny again and Mario again. Hello guys, everybody say a huge hello to Mario because that's what we do on these live streams whenever Mario is in the house. And you can see Mario's Maton in the background behind the Fender Strat there, over in that direction. So thank you Mario for sending me that, and also the gem, and everyone say a big hello to Mario, but a big hello to everybody tonight. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get the names of my patrons up on screen as well because they are the people that make this possible in the first place, the live streams and all of the videos that I do here on the channel. So a massive thank you to these guys at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. And we have had quite a lot of action in the super chat window as well. Has been a lot of action in the super chat window. So thank you everyone for all of these really early donations. And we'll jump straight in there because Marilyn donated $5 and that was at 26 minutes past 8 earlier this evening. By the way, I was a little bit late in setting up the live stream. I usually do it the night before, but I've been quite busy with lots of different things and also just having things going on with the website, organising, well, trying to start another page on there, and also editing pictures in order to fit them on the website so that the thumbnail of the image showed up properly. Anyway, it was all taking me a little bit of a while, and that's what I've been doing most of today as well. But I'll show you guys that afterwards. I'll do a little screen grab of the website and I'll scroll down so you can see what I've been doing because it's all to do with the new merchandise that is going to be available from Carla. She's been sticking together the necklaces and earrings and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be up on screen later on. I will do a screen capture of that. And just so you guys know, it looks like it says error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, whereas it seems okay to me. So if you could let me know if this is all working. I always assume that it does work, but if you can let me know in the chat room, just type in that it's working and that you can hear me, and then I'll continue because it's always something that you question whether you're just talking to yourself or not and whether people are watching. But I can see the names going up through the live chat room, so there is movement there, which means it must be live, even if I'm maybe not streaming very smoothly, but we will see what happens. Anyway, thank you Marilyn for this donation. And the message says, "Hi Phil, I'll be part of the catch-up crew. Just wondering, do you keep the door behind you locked? Has anyone ever walked in on you while working?" with a heart. And no, I don't keep it locked, but it's at the back of the house, so nobody's going to be walking in. And pretty much everybody knows that I do this at night time and that I will be here whichever day it is. I'm probably going to be in this room at this time. So yeah, it's been going on for over 3 years now as pretty much a nightly thing. And even when I'm not making a video, I'm always doing something towards the website or in here, maybe practicing a bit of guitar or playing a little bit of keyboards or just doing something in here at that time. So my family all know that I'm in here and know not to ring me as well because my phone's pretty much always on silent, whereas I don't know where my phone is at the moment. And this is the thing about me, having my phone on me isn't something that I generally have to hand. So keeping in touch with me is a nightmare, but my family all know this anyway. They pretty much know that they can get hold of me in this room at this time, so they just have to make sure that they are here and they'll find me. But anyway, so just to answer that question, no, nobody's ever walked in. But if they did, you'd be the first to know because you'd be able to see them walking in the background. But I just want to mention as well that earlier today I was looking at carpets, very exciting, but it's for this studio room. I've actually got wooden floors that you might be able to see at the moment, and it's those ones that you kind of piece together, and they look very neat, and it's good for when I was teaching and people would come in with, you know, muddy feet, and it's easy to clean. But the problem with it is the acoustics and the way that the sound just bounces around in here, as you can appreciate with the analysis videos and these live streams. You might be able to hear the volume just bouncing around, and especially when I'm speaking at volume or singing, it does bounce around quite a lot. We've got some resonant frequencies in here as well. So just having a carpet will be so much more comfortable, as well as bringing the sound a little bit more under control. I might put some foam on the walls as well to try and get the sound a little bit deader in here, rather than having these sound waves just playing havoc with everything. But that is something that I have been able to do because of your support. I'm gradually upgrading things and getting things where I want them to be. I would love the sound in here to be a little bit better, so that's what I'm working towards. And as I said, I'll probably just stick things up on the wall. You might be able to see them behind me in the future, but we're not talking for probably a couple of months' time because of COVID and everything. It's going to take a while for carpets to be put in here. But that's another thing, that I'm going to have to move everything out of this studio room while they put the carpet down. So there's going to be a lot of manual labor and heavy lifting, but hopefully it's going to make things a lot better, so looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you, Marilyn. And just because Marilyn mentioned about the doors behind me, I thought I'd mention about some carpets. Anyway, Deborah is in the house and has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, thrilled to see you and rest of Wingers, Phil. Let's party! Exclamation mark. So thank you for that. And it was Deborah's message that I saw on Facebook that made me remember that I should have made an event for the live stream, because I would have just gone through everything, got it set up, and then gone to start the stream and then realized there wasn't an event to start. And yeah, so we can all thank Deborah for leaving that message on Facebook that I saw earlier, because I was jumping between messages and I just happened to see that one. So it was good. We managed to set it up and we are going. Anyway, let me mention about the likes. Get it in early at the beginning of the live stream, because tonight we're aiming for 350 likes. That is our target, our standard target for the live stream. Let me see if I can get the live likes up on screen. I'll try and centralize it a little bit more. It's at 121 at the moment. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'd be much appreciated if you could, because we're aiming for that target of 350, and every single like counts towards the target, but also gets this channel as a whole out there, but these live streams out there as well. So it means more people can join in the future. We can build even more of a community that we have in the live chat room. And big shout out, by the way, to the moderators, and Carla is one of those, but also Neil and Laurie should be in there, and Patrick. So thank you guys for doing such a great job on these live streams. It is much appreciated as well. Let's jump back into the super chat window, because Deborah has donated $5 and says, spike the likes, great idea. And let's have a quick plug of the mug, and this is the Saturday mug I have tonight, which says, let's see how they get on. And there we have it. So you can get your hands on one of these mugs in the tray underneath this video. And if you head over to teespring.com, type in Wings the Pegasus, you'll find all of the merchandise there. And we will be looking at the new merchandise a little bit later on as well. I'll do that screen grab that I mentioned before of the website and scroll down. And we're just organizing, myself and Carla, how we're gonna get it so that you guys can order it directly from Carla and sort it out and not have to go through any complicated processes. Anyway, let's get back into the super chat window. And I've just seen, or I'm just about to see Carla's name go through saying breathe with a smiley face. And this is the thing, because there's been so many super chat donations, I really want to try and get through all of them and not miss anybody out, and still keep the same amount of time for the live stream, so that we can get through everything and not spend too long and go on all night, because I still have to do messages and all that kind of stuff after the live streams. But I will breathe I think when I play the requests over on Patreon, the requests from there, thank you guys for answering my requests for requests on Patreon. When I play a video, then I get a chance to breathe a little bit more, but we're not there yet. Let's get through a few more Super Chat donations. And we have Orlando in there as well, who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, as Deborah Verdon stated, spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. I am at a Christmas party. Enjoy the live stream, everyone. Rock, with lots of rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. Enjoy the party. Danny's in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Danny. The message is, hello, Phil. My Christmas wish this year is for you to review the album A Christmas Gift for You by Phil Spector, one of the best ever. So thank you for that, Danny. And I'm not sure that we can review a whole album because just copyrights on one song is generally pretty difficult on YouTube. Sometimes it's okay that we get away with it, but certainly I haven't seen album reviews on YouTube. If there are whole album reviews, then it is a little bit dodgy on the fair use kind of angle, because I know that there are a lot of YouTubers who put the fair use, they actually quote the law at the beginning of their video, and that doesn't mean that it's fair use. That can only be determined by a judge. So if you write that in the beginning of the videos or put it in the description, it doesn't make it so, and that's just unfortunately the fact of it. And doing a whole album, I have seen previously, but not for a while, people that used to do whole album reviews, and it's one of those things that is borderline whether a judge would think that that is fair use and whether it's educational and allows somebody to understand what's going on a deeper level. And transformative is the key word here when you're talking about fair use. If somebody watches your video and learns something from it that they didn't know before, whether that be about playing the song, the chords of the song, the background of the song, the history of the song or the artist, if they learn something, it's then termed as transformative, and then it is considered fair use. Whereas if you're just playing through somebody's album the whole time and then say, oh, I really like that, unfortunately, that hasn't changed somebody's view of that album or of the artist or of the song. It's just made them understand your feelings, which isn't transformative. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Could go on for years, but unfortunately, the problem is that on YouTube, it's just one copyright law. Is something that's being just attributed to every video. There isn't any light and shade whether you can say, right, that was educational and that definitely wasn't, so that's not allowed and that is allowed. It's just a blanket copyright usage law that they have on YouTube, so everyone has to just play that game of having your videos blocked all the time sometimes, which is a bit frustrating. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Danny. And Wild Bill's in the house and has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Bill. The message is, I'll start off slow and see if I can find some rock horns. So thank you for that. And Michelle has donated $15. Thank you for this, Michelle. The message is, I'll be part of the catch-up crew. Carla, I agree, in capital letters. So, great opportunity here to bring in the likes that we're aiming for the pick roulette tonight. 360, it is way up there, the total tonight for the pick roulette target, and this is going to be for next week's one, so you have to try and hit that thumbs up if you can. If you haven't used your thumbs up yet, now's a great time to do it, because 360 will ensure that there is a pick roulette next week. There is going to be one tonight, so make sure that you stay tuned for this. And if we do hit that target, then if you type I agree in capital letters, as Michelle has done here, then you'll be entered onto the wheel for next week. And just a quick heads up that the amount of names, the amount of entries that we had last week were 121 entries onto the wheel. So the wheel is going to have a lot of names on tonight. So we're going to be looking forward to that. And another little bonus bit of breaking news. The pick tin that we gave away last week was not claimed, so that means that we're going to be spinning twice tonight, and somebody's going to go away with the pick tin. And there it is. So we're going to have 2 pick roulette spins, and make sure that you stay tuned in for that, because you might be the lucky one. if you did enter last week, if you're one of those 121 people on the wheel. So that's what we're aiming for, 360. I'll get rid of that now, and let's get back into the super chat window because we have had a donation from Paul. Thank you so much for this, Paul. It's for $5. The message is, because of this happy place, spike them there likes y'all. Thank you for that, Paul. I should have maybe tried to be a little bit more American with that. Spike them there likes y'all. There we go. I'm not going to put on the accent because I can't, and I can't sound American, apart from maybe when I'm singing, but I think that's more of a vowel modification thing than intentionally trying to sound American and learning to sing from American videos. So thank you for this, Paul. And Lynn has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, happy yesterday birthday to Linda Z. She makes it extra fun for me, and her questions are so music-y. So thank you for that, Lynn. A little bit of poetry going on there as well. And happy yesterday birthday to Linda Z. Everybody have... it's still rhyming, even though I've stopped trying to make it rhyme. So Linda Z, everybody say a massive happy birthday to Linda Z in the chat roomie, in the live chat roomie. Anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Lynn. What have we started? But happy birthday, Linda Z. Yesterday birthday. I hope you had a great day. Michael's in the house and has donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Michael. The message is, hands-free phones often are made unintelligibly by echoes. It's really annoying, and often they don't know. So thank you for that, Michael. And also, Wild Bale has just gone in with a $3 donation with some rock horns, and he did find them. So thank you for those, Bill. And Carla is in there with that $1.99 donation saying breathe. So thank you for that, Carla. And I'll slow down a little bit. We have a funny smiley face with that. And Bill has just gone in with another $10 donation. So thank you for that, Bill. And the message with this is, I'm still looking for rock horns, but I'll send money. Maybe Santa will bring me some. So thank you for that, Bill. And I think you did find some rock horns earlier, but maybe you're looking for the rock horns emoticon thing. I can never find them on the Facebook chat thing. I don't know where they are, but hopefully Bill will be successful in his mission tonight. He's found the big version of the rock horns, but now he's trying to find the small version, maybe. Anyway, thank you guys. We're going to be jumping into the first video. I'm just going to say thank you for joining me and for the request. I know that I've been spending a lot of time in the super chat window, but that's because of all of your fantastic donations, and thank you again for those. So we're going to be jumping into the first video of the night. This is going to be my lyric video for Percy Johnson, and I'm going to jump over to Patreon to see who requested this one. And I've changed the page so that I can't see any of the requests, so we might have to try and go through this video and then I'll say who requested it afterwards if I can find the page on Patreon. I don't know why it's moved. I think it's because I'm going to try and do a screen grab thing later. Maybe I've messed up all the settings, but fingers crossed. We're going to have a little listen to my song called Percy Johnson. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys after this, and then I'll tell you who requested it from Patreon afterwards. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Percy Johnson. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And it was a bit of a jumpy version of the video tonight. I'm not sure why that is. If I'm actually smooth at the moment with the picture and you can hear me talking and we didn't have a problem before, it might be a clash of frame rates, something like that, because you set up the live stream to be a certain amount of frames per second, and I'm not sure how many frames per second that video is, but that's what it strikes me as. If everything's now smooth and the audio is fine, then it's probably that. So I'm going to have a look into that Percy Johnson video. We can actually make a bit of a mental note with the other videos that I'll play tonight. If they run smoothly, then I know it's going to be a problem with that very particular video. But I don't think we've had that problem before, but anyway, we will see what happens with the next videos. It also probably doesn't help that, yeah, I'm using the computer to do everything at once, and while the video is playing, I'm typing, and of course the computer's then having to load what I'm typing and then upload it to the chat room and all that kind of stuff. And everything that I'm doing on the show for the next, well, an hour, maybe a little bit less, is already set up and ready to go, including the pick roulette, all of that kind of stuff. So the computer's definitely having to work hard during these live streams, so it might just be that. But if everything is smooth now, then it might just be that frame rate issue that I mentioned earlier. Right, let's get the super chat window up on screen because we have had a little bit of action in there, and I can see that we are approaching 200 likes. We're at 195. So if you do have a chance to hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, it would be much appreciated. We're looking for 4 more people, 3 more people to get ourselves up to 200 and a little bit closer to that massive total of 350 for tonight, or 360 for the pick roulette, which we might be doing next week if we can hit that target, but we will see. So, thank you for all of these super chat donations and just for joining me, guys, in that live chat room. We are going to jump back into the window of super chat because we've had a donation from Kevin, who has donated $2. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, happy 72nd birthday to Ozzy Osbourne with some rock horns. So, thank you for that, Kevin. And Ozzy's still going, and I think a lot of people would be surprised that Ozzy has fitted so much into his life, and he's still going at 72. So a massive happy birthday to Ozzy. And Renee has donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Renee. The message is, hi Phil, please say hello to my sister Linda, who is visiting me from South Carolina this week. So, hello to Linda, and I hope that you have a great time with Renee, and thank you so much for that donation. And Kay has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. The message is, in your analysis of Badfinger, you mentioned the group being taken for a ride by their manager. Would it be helpful for bands to have an entertainment lawyer or on retainer? So thank you for that, Kay. And I think that if you're going into the music industry and you don't understand contracts and law, then definitely it would be a good idea to have an entertainment lawyer or just a lawyer who can advise you as to what's going on. And yes, having that is a good idea. I would say that nowadays everything that you need to know is on the internet, and you can teach yourself about the music industry, and it's not rocket science. If you write a song, that is your song. You are entitled to 100% of anything that song earns, and anything that is then affiliated with that song and yourself as a band, any merchandise, your image that might be used for mugs or any other kind of merchandise, t-shirts, you name it. You have got a right to make money from that, and it's just being sensible. I think a lot of people, the amazing thing about the music industry is somehow they've managed to sell this myth of signing a contract with a record label as being an amazing thing, and that everybody wants to do that, and all you're doing is signing for a loan. That's effectively what a record label do. They give you then maybe £500,000 to record for all of your transport and your food. And by the end of that 500,000, if you don't make that back up to them in record sales, you owe them that money. And that's what has done a lot of artists over the years because they've had to then continue to record album after album after album to pay back the record label for their first album. And sometimes it can take 5 or 10 years of an artist's career to pay back what they owe for the first album by recording consecutive albums. And this can go for being dropped by the record label after their first album, but they owe that money, so now they have to record albums themselves in order to pay back the money. And they just have to tour and work so hard to just make the money to pay back the record label. So that is the masterstroke of the music industry. They've made everyone think that getting signed is a good thing. Whereas in any other walk of life, if you signed a contract giving somebody else the rights to everything you own, somebody would say to you, "What are you doing? Do you know this person? Can you trust them?" But that just seems to not be the case in the music industry. You get so many kids who think, "Oh, I want to sign a deal," and "Oh, I'm signed." And I know loads of bands who are signed and they're not making any money. And there was one band who I know of through somebody who is a songwriter at Universal. In 3 years, this person made £16,000 being signed for 3 years on a 3-album deal. That gives you an idea of how much the record label make and how much the artist makes. So it's not enough to live. So that's just something that once I found out about all of this, and you can look into it, look into the contracts that people are signing, how ludicrous they are. It's a lot better to just go it alone. I think stay independent, keep all of your rights, and then you only have to make 5% of the sales to a signed artist because they're giving 95% of their sales away. So it means that if you can sell 5% of not even a huge artist, but any signed artist, then you will be making the same money as them. If you can just sell 10% or 20%, then you're really ahead of the game because you're making more than most signed artists out there. It's only the huge artists that the kids look up to, and that is a 1 in a billion chance of being that one artist who is multi-million selling and has that power of that huge record label behind them. And it's generally only 1 or 2 people that these kids will look up to, and it'll be like Rihanna or Taylor Swift or something like that. The odds of being that person are so slim. It's a lot better to hedge your bets on yourself and do things independently and just back yourself. Don't back a record label and hope that they're going to look at you and then put loads of money into you and then not ask for that money back. Just keep owning everything. And then if a record label does get interested in you, you already own everything. So it means that you are now in the strong position. You can say, they say, right, we want to give you 5% of everything and we'll take 95%. And you can say, no, that's ridiculous. I own everything. So let's come down to a sensible contractual agreement. But anyway, let's not get, this is something that you could talk about and I could talk about for years, but let's move on. Thank you so much for that, Kay. And it was just one of those questions that did lead us down a bit of a avenue of law and music and record deals. But thank you as well, Linda Z, who has donated $5. Happy yesterday birthday. And the message is, thanks for all the birthday wishes, Phil and fellow wingers. Linda Z sure loves this community with a heart. So thank you for that, Linda Z, keeping that rhyming going. And Carla's in the house, of course, because she's already not only been in the super chat window, but been moderating, going through the live chat room, and has told me to breathe. So thank you for that, Carla, again, and the $1.99 donation. The message is, your audio sounds like a vinyl record right now. I don't know why that is. So hopefully it sounds okay. Let me know in the live chat room if the audio is okay. If it's not, I'll have a little play around and see if I can change it or organize the mic a little bit more. I do not know. If it's a crackling on the mic, that is just something that unfortunately sometimes happens with my interface. and I can do as many sound checks as potentially I could fit into the world or the lifetime that I'm here on the earth, and then as soon as I go live or record a video, it will start to crackle. And I don't know why that is. It's absolutely fine in all of the sound checks. So we will see what happens, but if it is crackly, then apologies for that. It's going to be too late for me to reset the whole system, because that's what I need to do. I need to power down the computer and reboot it all in order to try and get the microphone not crackly. But it seems like the audio is crackling. I can't help that, unfortunately. So I don't know what I can do on the air live apart from stopping the stream and then starting again. So we might just have to deal with it, unfortunately. And it is a pain because all of the sound checks I did earlier are absolutely fine, and I record them and I play them back. So that is a little bit annoying. But anyway, thank you, Lucy, for this $9.99 donation as well. And the message is, howdy, Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, spike the likes. Phil, what is on your Christmas wish list, with some rock horns and a heart and peace? So thank you for that, Lucy. And I do not know yet because I haven't thought about it. So that is it. Maybe a computer game or something, but I'm going to have to nail down what I want for Christmas and make a wish list at some point, because it is getting close. But thank you for that, Lucy. And Deborah has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Deborah. The message is Spaghetti Saturday here in Texas. Great to see everyone. I've missed a few live streams, but just wanted to say hi, wingers, and hi, Phil. Great to be here with you all. With is that spaghetti? Maybe that's spaghetti, and I've never known what that picture is. So thank you for that, Deborah, and some rock horns as well. Kathleen has donated $10. Thank you for this, Kathleen. And that's a straight up donation. Marge has donated $5. Thank you for this, Marge. The message is, I like what you say about us all learning music the same, the want to learn and having the patience of learning one note at a time. So thank you for that, Marge. And Bill's in the house again, and in that super chat window has donated $10. Thank you again for that, Bill. The message is, Phil, a big thanks to all the wingers I've met this week on Facebook. Best group of people I've ever met. You rock. Thanks. So thank you for that, Bill. And thank you for joining the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. You guys can join that if you haven't joined in with that yet. Then just head over to Facebook, type in Wings of Pegasus supporters group. You'll find it. You join there. That's where the guys in the live chat room hang out during the downtime from live streams. So you can join in with that if you want to. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'd be much appreciated. I can see that we're now at 239 likes. So we are getting there. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, and keep on hitting that button if you haven't done it yet. And Michael's just popped in with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Michael. The message is Percy Johnson about the music industry? And no, it's not really, just one of those ideas of basically a situation that I thought could be a film and might be a film that I haven't seen, or maybe I have seen it and it's just in the subconscious somewhere. But it was just, I think, probably the most generic kind of kidnapping story that I could think of, and wanted to do a song about and see if I could fit it into a song somehow, because I just wanted to do a song like that. So that is what Percy Johnson was about, and it wasn't necessarily about the music industry. I'd say that maybe Art Not Commerce is more about the music industry, and that's kind of given away a little bit in the title, and we might be listening to that later on because it was requested over on Patreon. So you can have a little listen out for that. It's a shame that we've got a little bit of crackling going on with the mic that I can't hear on this end, which is weird, because if it's crackling, I can usually hear it through the speakers as well. But like I said, the whole of the sound check was absolutely fine. So it's obviously going into the computer clean and then coming out of the other side of the live stream all crackly. Let me know if the crackling is on the videos as well. So when I play a video, if that is clean, then it's definitely messed up, because usually when I then play the video, it's crackly and it's the microphone and the video. So we will see. We are going to be jumping into the next video of the night so we can test this out, but also I've now got the right page on Patreon so I can have a little look past the comments, and have a look at who has requested this particular cover for tonight. And I think it was Cindy who is in there, definitely Cindy, who has donated a request via typing on Patreon and has requested ZZ Top. Thank you so much for that, Cindy. We will get to ZZ Top. I think there was another one down here somewhere, and I've got to try and find it before we finish this, but I'm going to have to jump into it. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, especially once I say that it's in there, and then I probably can't find it at all. And oh, it's Marilyn who has requested it as well. There we go. So thank you so much for this, Cindy and Marilyn. We are going to jump into this. Have a listen out. See if you can hear any crackling. Let me know during the video if it is crackly. And we're just going to have to busk our way through this live stream and hopefully just pretend that it is a record that is playing and we're going vintage for tonight. So I'll see you guys after this. Rock! Hello, Phil here. Thank you so much for watching my cover of ZZ Top's classic, Gimme All Your Lovin'. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The names that you can see going up the screen here are the names of my patrons who I'd like to say a massive thank you to for their support and for making videos like this possible in the first place, and also making my analysis videos possible as well. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and if I don't see you at the next analysis video, I'll see you guys at the next cover video. Rock! And thank you for that, Phil. Great idea. Hit that like and subscribe button if you do enjoy that video or the channel as a whole. And it seems like the crackling wasn't present on that video from the feedback, so thank you guys for that. I wasn't sure about typing during the video because last time I did that the video started skipping a bit. I think that one was a little bit smoother, at least it looked smoother from this side of things. I also got rid of the super chat and the live chat room as well to try and reduce the amount of work that the computer was having to go through during that period. But what I want to see is if I can edit something live on the air and put underneath this thing here. If I type back here and type in, oh look, it's disappearing. I can actually do this. So if I say apologies for the mic crackle, there we go, and it should maybe flip to that, or maybe it won't work. We will see, but hopefully up in the corner there it will say apologies. There we go, and I spelt it correctly as well. Excellent. So that can just pop up just in case it is crackling with some people listening to this. And as I said, it's just going to have to be a vintage sounding live stream, getting the records out and that vinyl classic sound that everybody knows, but not ideal for live streams. Anyway, we're going to go back into the super chat window because we've had a little bit of action in there. So thank you, Paul, who has donated $5, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody out here. I think we're pretty much up to date here. And the message from Paul is, hello all, Phil, you are sounding okay here in California. So thank you, Paul. And this is it, that maybe it is crackling or not crackling. Laurie says that there's no crackle. I don't have any crackling on my side. So who knows where this crackling is coming from? And Dwayne says 1970s radio sound. So some people have a crackle, some people don't have a crackle, and maybe it's okay. Like I said, with the microphone, I've done sound checks and it's been absolutely fine. I haven't changed anything. I've then gone live. So if it's developed a crackle, that's going to be really annoying. But it might be the case that it's getting a crackle as it goes through YouTube, and then it is crackling for some people and not for others. But we will have to see. I'm going to watch this later on tonight and see if I'm crackling at myself. Anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Paul. Amy has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Amy. And it's the guy saying thank you and doing some praying. So thank you for that, Amy. Lulu has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, how old were you when you wrote your first song? How many songs have you written? So I'm not sure how old I was. Probably maybe 17 or 18, something like that, because I wasn't one of these people that started music really young. I started playing guitar when I was about 12 years of age, so I wasn't one of these 5-year-old prodigies that starts. I just took a little bit longer to get into it. And then writing music, to begin with, I was playing in cover bands, and then when I was 17 or 18, I did have a cover band, but then started to write riffs and songs, but they were all probably really bad. And then I don't know how many songs I've written, because there are so many songs that are just written and then you think they're rubbish, so then you forget about them. And I think writing songs is very much like anything with the music industry, trying to learn to get better at writing songs, playing your instrument, pretty much everything. I shouldn't say music industry, but the industry of music, i.e. working at something and getting better at it and being more efficient and improving, just putting all the work into playing the guitar and learning to sing as well. That's something that I didn't do until much later on, and learning to play the guitar was the first thing that I tried when I was 12 years of age. The songwriting came a lot later, so I don't know how many songs I've written, but probably a lot of rubbish ones. And yeah, I wasn't writing from a young age either, like Dolly Parton, who's written thousands of songs. I wasn't one of those, and I'm not one of those that just writes endless amounts of songs, because I do a lot of other things at the same time as doing everything else. But anyway, thank you, Lulu, for that donation. And we have old Bill over Hill who has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, hey Phil, do Peter Buck please, and there's a link there to Wikipedia, so thank you for that, Bill. I'll have a little look at that and add it to my list, and thank you for that donation. And Sue has donated $20. Thank you for this, Sue. The message is nothing. It's a straight up donation, so thank you for that, Sue. And Ray is in the house and has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Ray. Again, a very kind donation. The message is, Phil, the crackle is no problem at all, really. It is not loud. However, just so you know, it does not occur during the videos. I like the tiny, infrequent crackle when you talk. It makes me nostalgic, like that last cover with a winking face. So thank you for that, Ray. And I think I know the crackle that everyone's talking about, because sometimes it has happened on an analysis video, and it's something that I can't plan for and stop from happening, which is really annoying. It's just a random thing that happens, and it might just be the fact that when there's a lot of information going on, because it's all going into the USB ports and also the Thunderbolt ports, it might just get past a threshold of information and then it just develops a crackle. But I don't know. That is totally me making it up with no knowledge about how it all works. But thank you, Ray, so much for that donation. Michael has donated $5 as well. Again, thank you, Michael. The message is, if you're a girl and you're getting a crackle, sing a song about a witch, war pigs, witchy woman, etc. So thank you for that, Michael, and a great suggestion. And Bill has donated again $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, Mr. Gibbons would have liked the cover. No crackling in Ohio. So thank you for that, Bill. And yes, Mr. Gibbons. It's certainly an interesting name and pronunciation, and I hope that I have said that correctly. But yes, thank you, Bill, for that. And just so people know, and I'm actually amazed that I typed that correctly when I've written apologies for the mic crackle live on the live stream, because it is really easy, and I know that spelling mistakes can happen. Also, auto corrections with my name, as I've mentioned before, the F changing to the PH and all of that kind of stuff. But thank you, Bill, for that donation. And we are going to be moving on to the next part of the live stream, which is going to be the pick roulette. So everybody's going to have to brace themselves for this, and thank you everybody for entering last week. Keep on hitting that thumbs up, because if we do, it means that we're going to be able to have another pick roulette next Saturday. We're going to be doing 2 spins tonight, so everybody look out for that, because it's going to be coming up. We haven't got any pictures tonight, or at least none that I've spotted or been linked to that I know of. So we might be having more pictures in the future. If you do get a hold of any Wings of Pegasus merchandise, then you can take a picture of yourself with it, or just take a picture of it and upload it to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and then I'll show it on the live streams. But we are going to be jumping straight into this straight afterwards, because Ray has just donated $100. So thank you so much for that, Ray. And I'm going to just address this message before we jump into the pick roulette for tonight. So Ray says, hi Phil, me again. So sorry, but I have question. I watched Netflix film Rumble. In it, drummer Randy Castillo advised musicians to practice like a maniac and to play with others as much as possible. Why do we learn faster when we play with others in a band? So thank you for that, Ray. And it always takes me a little bit longer to read the longer messages, because it's quite small on the screen. There's a lot of information, but it's an interesting question. With the approach of playing with other musicians, I think personally there is something about the brain that learns in a way that once you've seen something done and once you've seen somebody do something, you then accept that it is possible. Whereas when you haven't seen somebody do something, you don't believe it's possible. And a lot of people say, oh, I'll never be able to do this, I'll never be able to do that. And then you see somebody doing, and it's certainly something that I find with things that I'm trying to learn that aren't to do with music, say for example, playing golf. I think that if you watch people doing it, like watching the Masters and seeing people being really good at golf, and then you play golf after that, for some reason, I don't know why, but or at least I find that I'm better at playing golf when I've been watching people play golf really well. I do think it might be a similar thing with music and seeing people play, and you might see someone who's really technically gifted and you think, wow, that's amazing, and then you start practicing and taking a little bit of what they were doing that you've learned from and apply it to your own playing. And when you're jamming with top musicians, you've then got the advantage of listening to maybe 3 or 4 or 5 other great players all at the same time, so you can start to learn and pick up little things from 5 different players at once rather than maybe listening to one player. So that is how I see it, that you do pick up playing styles and little tricks and tips and things that you like from another player and add that to your arsenal and to your stylizations and to the techniques that you've learned. And you can do that with lots of other musicians, and I think when you are jamming, that's where you just learn the most, because you're all finding your way. And I know that, of course, you all know the backing and you know which key you're playing in, but that's why you now can learn having a reference point, because you can listen to little lines and things that people play in that particular key, and then you can just copy and paste it to every other key, because you only ever have to learn that line once, and it's very easy to then replicate it in all the other keys. But that's the way that I see it, and thank you for that question, Ray, and the very kind donation. Stan has donated $5 and says, "This is King Nero. Phil, if you can fix this, please do so," with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Stan, and you're probably referring to the crackle. It's something that once I go live, it is game over for me turning off the interface and the software. The software that I use takes about 3 minutes to start up again, and because it's got to load all of this information on the screen, it means that I would have to quit everything, stop the live stream. I'd then have to turn off the interface. I would have to get rid of everything. I'd then have to start up the interface again. I'd have to turn all the speakers off, obviously, and I'd have to start up the interface, turn on the speakers, turn on the interface software, which is something else that I have to quit that I haven't mentioned yet. Then I'd have to start up the software, which would take 3 minutes. I then have to get a connection to the internet again, make sure that the upload speed is fine, get YouTube running again. So it's going to be a very long process to get rid of this crackle, and we've only got maybe 10-15 minutes left of the live stream. As long as you can hear what I'm saying, then it's probably going to be okay. We're just going to have to deal with the crackle, because if I stopped and then had to start up again, I'd have to probably be gone for 10 or 15 minutes, and then it'll be the end of the live stream, and then nobody would have won anything on the pick roulette. So let's rush through to the end of this live stream so that I'm not battering your ears with this crackling for very long. We're going to be jumping into the whole pick roulette thing, and just quickly, Carl has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. The message is, for the usual, if it can ever happen, if not pizza or Chinese, maybe some Indian, no McDonald's, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Carl. And we are going to be jumping into the pick roulette for tonight, where we're going to be spinning it twice, and I'm going to speed things along so that the crackle doesn't last for too long. So here we go. We're going to jump into it, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! So here we have the pick roulette wheel. As mentioned earlier, we have 121 names, I believe, was the number that Carla told me earlier. So thank you everyone for joining in and putting your name on this roulette wheel, because that's exactly what's happened last week. You guys have been hitting that thumbs up, which is much appreciated, and securing this little spin that we're going to go on for tonight. So we're going to do exactly the same as always, but this time we're having 2 spins. So we're going to shuffle the 121 names 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and I know my voice is probably sounding crackly, but let's give this a whirl and see who is going to win the pick tin. And this is the pick tin, this first spin. And there's a lot of rhyming going on tonight, but the first spin of the night is for the pick tin. So good luck, everybody. A lot of names on this wheel. As soon as it starts to slow down, I might be able to pick out a few names. It is difficult to see because it's very small and there's so many names, so it means it's even smaller than normal. And I'm not sure I can make out. I can see Lulu's name in there, and Mary is about to go through there, and Carl, is it going to get as far as Carl? Or Mike, is it? Or Chet? Maybe as far as Chet. It's difficult to see, but we will see in a second. And it is Chet, who is the winner for tonight's pick tin. And there will be a pick inside the tin, so it will be able to serve its purpose. So thank you for entering, Chet, and if you can make yourself known to Carla, that would be great in order for you to pick up your pick tin. And if nobody does win the pick tin, I know that Chet has just won it, but if Chet isn't in the live chat room, then we'll have to just keep rolling on the pick tin, and eventually we'll find somebody who is going to be lucky, but also in the live chat room. So congratulations on winning that, Chet. Make yourself known if possible. I'm just going to move this across because we're going to be doing it again with another shuffle to make sure that it's going to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this is for the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. So good luck, everybody. We're going to give the wheel a spin to see whose lucky night it is tonight. It's Chet's lucky night. We'll see if Chet is in there, and I can see that Chet is in the live chat room. So congratulations, Chet, for winning the pick tin. Who is going to win the signed pick tonight? It's slowing down. Can we make out any names? Jones just gone through there. Amy as well. Billy's going through. Billy already has a pick, but you can't have too many Wings of Pegasus picks. And we're slowing down now. Lucy and Barbara. Is it getting as far as Michael? Maybe. Is it going to stop? Or is it going to get as far as Sherry? It might do. Let's have a little look. And it is Sherry that has won the signed pick. So congratulations, Sherry. Please make yourself known to the live chat room if you are in there. You are the winner of the signed Wings of Pegasus pick. And congratulations again to Chet for winning the pick tin. So we're going to now remove these things from the screen. And interestingly, I can now start to hear a crackle out of the speakers. So I don't know what is going on with this microphone or the setup tonight, because this is the first time I've actually heard the crackle myself. It's all been fine up until now. So we haven't had, to be fair, we haven't had any gremlins in a lot of live streams. And even saying it, I've now realised how much of a run we've gone on without any technical issues. So it's fantastic that we've been going this long without any problems, and it always has got to happen at some point. It just so happens Saturday night is going to be Crackle Mike night. So thank you everyone for entering the pick roulette. Again, massive thank you to Carla for sorting that all out. And we are going to have a look at the merchandise. I just reminded myself mentioning Carla and the merchandise that I mentioned earlier, and the fact that she's done all that as well. We're going to be jumping into the Wings of Pegasus website, and I'll do a screen capture on it. And if you do want to hit that thumbs up, we're at 305 likes. We're aiming for 45 more likes to hit the goal for tonight. And we're also going to be aiming at 360, so it is quite a large target for tonight in order to have a pick roulette next week. So that'll be next Saturday if we do hit 360. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up, everybody race in with the thumbs up now, because the live stream isn't going to be going on for much longer, because the crackling mic, I think, is going to probably really annoy everybody by the end. I mean, we've been going over an hour with a crackly mic, so there's only so much people can take. So I will be ending it very soon. So I am just going to jump into the super chat window, because we have had a donation in there. And the message is, there's been one from Michael, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. the message is, how much have you learned from your students? So thank you for that question. And I think in terms of teaching, all I've done is learn from students, because everybody is different. Everybody has different things that they are good at, that they struggle with. So as a teacher, the more students you teach and the more you learn from them, you then become a better teacher, because pretty much after a while, I mean, I've been teaching for over 15 years. So after a while, you pretty much see every kind of guitar player and every kind of personality, and the way that is best to teach them, you can then start to work it out and think, right, I think this student needs to go down this route, and if they want to learn like a particular guitarist, then you know what you have to teach them. And also some people that practice a lot every day, other people who don't practice as much, and it's just tailoring what you're teaching them to get them the best at the guitar that they can be, but also to keep it enjoyable, because that's the main thing for me, is learning to teach in a way that makes people enjoy playing and doesn't make it a chore every day to practice, but make them want to pick up the guitar. That is the trick really with everything in life. If you can enjoy what you're doing, then you will do it, and it won't seem like work. And that's just the way to really find what you are good at, and what you're naturally good at is probably the thing you enjoy doing the most. Some people really enjoy something that they're not very good at, but you get better at it because you enjoy doing it, and you will keep on doing it. And that is what I suggest people to do. And if you can't do it in your professional life, then make sure that you have hobbies that you enjoy, because it will just feed your soul, and you'll be able to de-stress by enjoying doing hobbies while you're not doing a job that you might not like. So yeah, enjoyment is everything. But thank you for this donation, Michael. And Cindy has donated $5. Thank you for that, Cindy. And the message is, thanks, Phil. Love you with a heart and rock horns. So thank you for that, Cindy, for the kind words and that donation. Chet has donated $9.99 and says thank you. But thank you, Chet, for entering into the pick roulette and for winning yourself that pick and pick tin. And it's no problem at all. And thank you for tuning in and actually being here when you've won, because it means that we can actually give you the tin. So thank you as well, Karen, who has donated $5. And the message is, hi Phil, I'd like to share a quote. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. Thanks for reminding me that dreams can come true, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And another quote for the live stream. And Vince has just donated $20 as well. Thank you for this, Vince. The message is, when you were teaching, did you teach your students to play by ear, or did you teach them to read music? So thank you for this, Vince. And this totally depends on the student. Sometimes with kids, when their parents wanted them to be entered into exams and learn the grading system, then obviously we'd have to go through reading and learning to read if they didn't know how to, and then I'd usually get them to install an app if they had a phone. I mean, most kids have phones nowadays, or iPads, or Android devices, so there are loads of apps that you can get where it helps you to learn to read music. So I'd take them through that, and that would all be part of the ABRSM grading system, and the whole schedule for that, it would literally be just working through the grades and working through the 3 pieces that you then have to learn, and choosing which pieces that they want to learn to begin with, to see which ones they find easier and avoid the ones that they find harder. So yeah, but I would say that that was probably 5% of my teaching, because most of my teaching, if the parents weren't really bothered about what the child was learning playing the guitar, then the child would then say what they wanted to learn, and more often than not that would be like AC/DC from Iron Man, or a bit of Ozzy Osbourne, or Black Sabbath. So I mean, I think a lot of the movies that are out at the time, like Iron Man for example, those kind of movies had classic soundtracks, and the kids would watch the films and want to play the songs that they heard in those films. And a lot of the superhero movies have some really cool songs and old school songs on them, so they'd listen to those and want to come and learn those, and that's what we do, which is great for me because I'm into that anyway. So yeah, doing a bit of Black Sabbath is absolutely fine with me, as with most hard rock music that they would come in and want to learn. So yes, it was something that when we're teaching, some students had a more natural ear than others, and I think that it's just a case of if somebody hasn't got an ear for music, it's just going through it slowly and teaching them to recognize music in a way that their brain can digest and understand and start to hear the difference between the pitches of particular notes. So yeah, I think it is something that you can learn, like I've learned to sing. You can learn to hear pitches and then teach your body and your vocal cords to hit pitches. It's definitely possible, and because I've been through that, I feel like I can teach somebody to do it if they don't know how to do it. And yes, but it is all possible. So yeah, it just depends on the student and how they wanted to learn and what they were learning. But thank you for that, Vince. Ricky has donated $10, and that's a straight up donation. Thank you for that, Ricky. And Mario has donated a very kind sum of $200. Thank you so much for that, Mario. Again, everyone say hello, Mario. And the message is, hi Phil, having a bugger of a time protecting my tomato plants from the insane winds here in Melbourne today, and there's a sad face, but really enjoying the live stream with Jarl with 2 happy faces. So hopefully the 2 happy faces have cancelled out the sad face, and I'm sorry to hear that your tomato plants are suffering from insane winds. Here in the UK it's just cold at the moment and not particularly windy, but around maybe 2 or 3 degrees in the mornings, and yeah, maybe up to 7 degrees during the day. But I hope that the wind does die down for you, Mario. Thank you for joining me on this live stream as well, considering that maybe you go out and try and protect your tomato plants. But thank you for that kind donation as well. We are going to be jumping into the final video of the night, and we are at, so let's have a look at the screen, 900. That would be ridiculous. 328. So it's just passed over to 328 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We are 22 off our likes target for tonight. If you haven't hit your thumbs up, we are running out of time. We're looking for 22 more people to get to our target, and 20 people and 30 people to get to the pick roulette likes target, which is that side, and the likes goal is on that side. So we are going to be calling it to a close after this live performance by myself of my song called Art Not Commerce, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and at least you'll get a rest from my crackly voice. We'll be ending the live stream after this, so this really is the last call to hit those thumbs up and to maybe see if you can type I agree after this video. Do it after this video. And finally, a final warning, do it after this video, because I'm going to remove the stuff on screen because I think that might have made that first video skip a little bit instead of being smooth because there's too much information going on. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Art Not Commerce. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/store. We are going to be heading over to the website. Actually, let me see if I can do this now, because I mentioned that we were going to do it before, but I didn't actually do it. So I'm going to head over to it now and try and do a bit of a screen grab type thing. By the way, we're at 352 likes. We need 8 more likes to get to our target of 360 to have another pick roulette next week. So we are searching for 7 people now in the live chat room. We will find them somewhere, but if you could give that thumbs up a click, it'll be much appreciated, and means next week we'll have another pick roulette winner. So let me try and get this screen grab thing to work, so that here it is. We have the wingsofpegasus.com website, and we're in the music section at the moment, as you can see up here. You can't see the little hand on the screen, but I'm hovering over music, and if I scroll down, as I said, you can get the album there, download it. You can get these tracks individually as well from the album. There's a signed album if you want to order one of those and have it sent to you, or you can just get a standard version of the album. There is a link here to the Teespring store, but also if you go to up at the top, merch, this is this is what it's been taking me an embarrassingly long amount of time to actually organize, to start up another page just called merch. So you click on that, and as you can see, I've written page under construction because I've been doing it all today, but you can see, you can scroll down, and this is going to take you to Teespring. So t-shirt store, including mugs, hoodies and masks. If you just clicked on that, then you'll go through to Teespring and you'll find all of the stuff that we talk about on these live streams, like the mugs. But these are the new additions and are going to be available in the future once Carla and myself have organized it. We have the chains, the Wings of Pegasus chains. I can definitely see me picking up one of those. And so this is what I've been doing, is trying to get the pictures within the circle. And yeah, it's been a nightmare, but it's fine now because it's all done. We've also got the keychains in there, if you want some of those. We've got the earrings, which are fish hook earrings to begin with. And then we have the post earrings. I don't even know what those are because I don't wear earrings, but I'm sure people who do wear earrings know what that is. As we scroll down, we also have just standard guitar picks. So we've got the black ones there and the purple ones. What are those called? The pearl purple, and then just the pearl color, the pearl white. So that is the extra, or those are the extra additions to the merchandise, and we're just sorting it out at the moment how we're going to forward through to purchase it. But I think generally what will happen is, if you can look at the $10.99, you can see it turn red. You can't see the little hand or my arrow go over it, but that's what I'm doing. So I go on that and I'll click it, and then whenever you click that, it will take you through to purchase that particular whatever necklace you want, depending on the color of it. Or if you buy the earrings, it will take you through to Carla and she'll be able to then sort out your order for you. And if you just cannot wait to get your hands on any of this and you can't wait for us to sort it out, then you can go over to the Facebook group, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook, which is here. You'll be able to click on this link and it will take you through to the page. You have to be part of that group in order to access it, so make sure that you join, but you'll be able to go to the post that Carla's done on there, and all of these products are available there, and you can pick them up early from Carla if you want to, but it will take a little bit of time before we have them available on this site so that you can click through and then organize it all from there. But hopefully that all worked and you saw it and it made a little bit of sense. We will get back into the live stream and we are going to be calling it to a close pretty soon, but let's get that up on screen. We have hit our target of 360, bang on the nose, 360. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We made it by the skin of our teeth right at the end of the live stream. It's 1:20 here in the morning, so we're gonna have to call it a night. And I don't think we've ever ended on exactly the pick roulette likes target. And now it's just gone over that. So we still will not end on the exact pick roulette likes target. But it's always great to finish above that. We will have another pick roulette next week. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And just for tuning in and joining me in general. And let me just mention that Jill donated $10 as well and has said, finally not working and am enjoying the live stream in person. You are the best. So thank you for that, Jill, and glad that you could join us for the live stream tonight. And I hope that you have enjoyed it. As you have said, I think not working is just reason enough to enjoy your time, but it's great that you could join us tonight, Jill. And thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And hopefully you guys are going to be around on Tuesday night as well. I know that on Tuesday nights it's a little bit more difficult and less accessible because of people having to work and it being a Tuesday and just a work day. But hopefully I'll be doing this at the same time, Tuesday night. And it's always the same time for these live streams. There's also going to be a live analysis video on Wednesday night, and that's going to be at the same time. It's always 12 midnight here, Greenwich Mean Time, so that's the UK. You can type that into Google, find out what the time is where you are, compared with when 12 midnight is Greenwich Mean Time in the UK, and then you can join me for a live analysis on Wednesday nights. There'll be another analysis tomorrow night, just a standard analysis video. Also, another one of those comes out on Friday night. So look out for the videos because I will see you at those, and hopefully I will see you live again on Tuesday night at the live stream. But if not, then I'll see you next week, or I'll see you in the comment section of the channel because I'm always there. I'll always be over on Patreon as well. Let me just put a link to Patreon up on site because this is where the support happens in order for me to do these live streams, do the videos, and ultimately buy a carpet for this room to make it a little bit better. So thank you everyone for your support over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And if you want to get involved yourselves, then you can head over there and you can get your name at the bottom of the screen as well. It'll always run across the bottom of the screen during the live streams on Tuesday and Saturday. So thank you for all of your support, guys. I'm going to be calling it to a close now. I hope you've had a enjoyable live stream as much as it can be with the crackling, but it's good in that it's not going to go on for much longer, so I'm going to be saving your ears very soon. So thank you everyone for joining me. Hopefully the next one won't have a crackle on it, but we will just have to see. Have a great weekend, everybody. I hope you have a great start to the week, and I'll hopefully see you guys on Tuesday live again. Again, thank you for hitting that thumbs up and reaching the target. I'll catch you guys at the next one. Stay safe, follow your government guidelines, wear masks, do all of that sensible stuff, and just try and stay as healthy and safe as possible in these crazy times. And I'll see you guys at the next one.